Hi there, welcome to the channel. My name's Ant. If this is the first time you're joining me, I am a full-time eBay reseller. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. Not directly anyway. I'd like to talk about this. Gold. eBay. I'm sorry, that's so cheesy, but I bought this whiteboard and I've not really been utilising it enough, so I thought, go on, throw it up there. Right, the spot price of gold right now is insane. Like, it's the highest it's been ever. If you've bought gold at any point before today, it's worth more than what you paid for it now. So this is a great time, potentially, to sell your gold. Now, whether that's scrap gold that you've got, old jewellery, whatever. Let's go into the fundamentals and have a look at why now is the perfect time to sell, or maybe it's worth waiting, but not too much longer. Let's dive into it. So let's go into this absolutely right now. I'm using the website goldprice.org for the price of gold bullion. And just today, the price of gold today per ounce has gone up $42. Over the past 30 days, you can see it's gone up over $200 per ounce of gold. So we're not talking like just a little bit. It's not just creeping up a little bit. Over the course of the last year, the price of gold has gone up 41%. Now, the reason for this is obviously global instability and stuff like that. Let's take a look at this. So if we dive into Google and ask it, why is gold so expensive right now? It comes down to this. Fears of a global trade war and rising inflation add upward pressure to the price of gold, which is often seen as a safe haven asset in times of disruption, as well as a hedge against inflation. The very, very wealthy people look at things like the US dollar and like stocks and shares and think these have got potential to rapidly devalue. So we will sell those assets, we will sell our stocks and shares, we will sell the US dollars that we've got or use US dollars to buy gold. And the effect of them doing that en masse drives the price of gold up and up and up. Of course, it's unsustainable. If you look at the previous times that gold soared up, you'll see that there were similar global instabilities. Let's dive back a few years and see the last time this happened. So this is the 10-year gold price in US dollars per ounce. And if we look back to the last time there was huge global instability, you know exactly where I'm going. The year 2020, COVID happened, and in March, it dived off. No one was really ready for it, but the recovery in the months afterwards shot straight up. Everyone was in lockdown. Nobody knew what was going to drive value, drive wealth. No one knew whether stocks and shares would even recover. So a lot of people parked their assets into gold. And that's why the price went from about $1,500 to over $2,000. Now, if we fast forward now to where we are, in 2025, you can see that we've got another similar rapid upward progression from $2,600 to $2,800 in the space of just a couple of months. Now, if we look at some of the big players in the market's predictions, we'll see that some are already incredibly out of date. Like Goldman Sachs, for example, their analysts predicted that it would remain around $2,000 between 2023 and 2026. Now, obviously, they didn't think Donald Trump would be getting back in, because a big driver of this is the instability that Donald Trump has brought to the market. If we look at StoneX bullion, they predicted gold could reach $3,150 per ounce in 2025. I mean, that's only $200 away from where we are now. 2026, the forecast 3,500. Coin price predicted 4,000 per ounce in 2027. In the event of an entire market crash, some even predicted it could be $5,000 per ounce if the market completely crashes and the shares in, for example, I mean, you saw just a few weeks ago, Nvidia wiped billions and billions and billions of dollars off its share price with just the announcement of a rival AI firm, a firm that could do what Nvidia said would take hundreds of its graphics cards. They said, well, we don't need that many, we can do it much cheaper, and here we are. And that crashed Nvidia's price there. If that happened to every single company for whatever reason, and there are reasons that could happen over the next few years, then everyone will sell their assets, they will sell their stocks, they will sell their shares, and the most likely place that they will put that money is into gold. And just to wrap this up, if you look at the factors that affect gold price, inflation, gold is used as a hedge against inflation. Well, inflation that's happened over the last few years is coming home to roost. Since COVID, more money has been printed by the United States of America than has ever existed. There's more money now sloshing about the system than there was before COVID. Massively so. I mean, I think it's something ridiculous, like a third of all US dollars were printed in the last 5 years, which is crazy. You're talking trillions and trillions of dollars, and that was quantitative easing so that the market didn't crash post-COVID. So inflation is a big one. Economic instability, well, look what Donald Trump is threatening with his tariffs against Canada, Mexico, China. Gold is used against that sort of instability of threats like that. So a lot of people going, I don't want to play these games, I'll park my money in gold, see what happens to the market, then sell the gold and come back. And then that post-market selling of gold is what will gradually drive the price down. It's very unlikely that the price of gold will crash down. It more trickles down. If you look at the charts over the past, that is what happens. Currency fluctuations, and then lastly, central bank interest rates. So all of these things working together have driven up the price of gold, and it looks set to continue upwards. That's why I'm saying now's a great time, but next week, next month, a few months down the line could be even better. It's something to be aware of if you just want to make some money. You can also, obviously, you can do CFD trades on spot prices of golds and stuff like that, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. All I would say is if you've got jewellery, gold, whatever, that you're not using anymore, it may be time to consider selling that, cashing out, or if you've got a lot of liquidity, you've got a lot of cash, if you're cash rich right now, you lucky bugger, it might be worth putting that into gold and seeing that go up and up and up. And well, if the market crashes, the price of that gold will skyrocket. Of course, none of this is financial advice. It's just something I'm telling you to be aware of. Get it on your radar, because if you are looking around, if you have the opportunity to find gold, if there's scrap gold, if you know friends and family that have got gold, have a chat about them with it, because no one really does. Everyone's like, oh, I've got a bit of gold, I've got a bit of jewellery, and it just sits in a box for ages. It's worth more now than it ever has, as the cost of gold is the highest it's ever been. So with that information, do with what you please. Thanks very much for watching the video. Back to normal viewing, normal car boots, stuff like that, but I just wanted to let everyone know, got a bit of scrap gold, might be worth getting it down the pawnbrokers and see what they'll give you for it. Alright, see you on the next video.